What is up, people? 3 months have passed since the last Crowsworn update, and in that time we've gotten plenty of images from the official Twitter. Some of which I will go into detail later on in the video, but first, let's just dive right into the Kickstarter update and take a look at some pretty insane stuff. First up, we gotta look at the amazing steelbook art for anyone who backed the physical edition of Crowsworn. I absolutely love what's underneath the protagonist's cloak, and he looks straight out of a Western movie. In the lower right corner, we can see an image of a character already showcased, the Pyramid Head Easter egg guy, who is a blacksmith it seems. In the lower left, we can see the tavern maker, who was the merchant that originally sold runes. More on that later. They also posted a close-up of the lower centerpiece, and it's just the crow dueling a bunch of the fodder enemies, as well as Sir Garen, the shield-wielding boss featured prominently in the original Kickstarter marketing. This steelbook is badass and will 100% be a main display on my shelf. I'm super happy that I got to back the physical edition. As for people that didn't, haha, suck it, losers! We also got a fun community nod as they refer to the main character as the protagonist. Does this mean it's officially canon? The crow plush is looking cuter than ever, but it's not the final version. I would much prefer a plush without the base so it can fit better into a shelf nook or something. But overall, the design is A-tier. We got the tiniest glimpse at a new cinematic that the stretch goals allowed for, but it's more just to give us a hint of the visual style. The shot seems to be a zoomed out part of the map with the water wheel. But the main thing we learned in this update is how this game's version of a charm system will work. You see, originally they had a rune system which would be based off of elements. I talked more in depth on this in my original Crowsworn video, but it was becoming too complicated and that would have ended up being grindy in-game. Think games like Diablo or WoW. They thought I had too much of an MMO feel and wanted to make something simpler and more intuitive. I'm totally okay with this. MMO and grinding in general are not my thing at all. So for me, creating a system that is clean and simple that will push me back to the gameplay is much preferred. This new system is called Grafting. Basically, you will have slots on your head, torso, hands, and legs. It's neat because it seems there will be different perks for different body parts, instead of just being a single charm system. You'll have to pick and choose the better and slightly less good parts for each body part. But the system goes even further, as every grafted part has weight. Think 1 unit of weight is 1 charm slot. And for every point of weight you go over the max limit, you lose 1 health pip. This is kind of like Overcharming expanded, and I love the risk reward this will bring to the table. Instead of just finding charm notches, there is a new NPC called the Handmaiden that will increase your max weight for a yet to be revealed item. Overall, this feels like a very good mix-up of the charm system from Hollow Knight, which is a mix-up of the badge system from Paper Mario. It's always cool to see how mechanics are borrowed and changed from games before to evolve the genre later down the line. To wrap things up, I'm going to focus on the things we saw on the Twitter feed, and mostly it's just glimpses at some new areas. In this GIF, we can see something I failed to mention in the last update, and I think this will be part of the death system. It seems you will sometimes be locked out of your mana, which will deny access to your Corvian abilities. We also got to look at what probably is a boss, and damn, look at the size of that gun. 1v1 fights with characters roughly the same size as you are always the best types of fights in my opinion. So I'm happy we are getting what seems to be a good number of them in Crowsworn. This could just be an NPC though, which would also be cool. I want that gun. That wraps it up for this Crowsworn update. We will of course be getting an update roughly every 3 months, so I will see you Crowsworn fans sometime this summer. Thanks for watching, and as always, like, subscribe, or don't, but I love you people anyways.